Oh, very well. Ladies, gentlemen, welcome back to another cast with Trend Following Tyson. And today's cast is going to be all about staying in the big move, not disregarding the big swing, and actually gathering some points here, kind of like blotting noise, which we should be doing. And with being good trend followers, the good trend followers that we are, we know already that we need to take our signals and we can't afford to miss them, rather any market condition. So with that being said, welcome to this cast. This is that closed out November. Hopefully you guys had a good November. Despite the market being kind of choppy in whatever kind of area it's in now, I actually had a really good November, just following some key moves and just enjoying some upside. Just blotting a lot of noise that was telling me basically not to take these signals, but I can't disregard these big swings, guys. You guys, if you're good trend followers, also you wouldn't be disregarding these big swings, and we'll cover some of that shortly from now, okay? When we jump into the trend picture, we'll kind of clear some of that up. But anyways, disregarding, let's take up something from Jesse Livermore. And remember, what I like to say is that when it comes to this billionaire advice, we don't question it, okay? I like to just take what the greats say. I just listen to what the greats say, and that's the best way that we can make the most possible out of what we're doing here, is if we just listen to the people that have been where we're trying to go, and we need to listen to what they have to say, and we need to kind of add this psychology into our trading, into our trend following psychology. We need to kind of take on this mentality. We need to be understanding these types of these analogies. We need to be understanding these points of view, these ways of trading, okay? So we need to take this billionaire advice and kind of really soak it up. That's why we open the show every time with this billionaire advice, so that we're on the right track. So whatever quotes and analogies and psychology that we take up from these traders, we incorporate it into our trading, okay? Disregarding the big swing and trying to jump in and out was fatal to me. Nobody can catch all the fluctuations in a bull market. In a bull market, your game is to buy and hold until you believe the bull market is near its end. To do this, you must study general conditions and not tips or special factors affecting individual stocks. Okay? Disregarding the big swing and trying to jump in and out was fatal to me. Nobody can catch all the fluctuations. We're not trying to catch all the fluctuations, and we're damn sure not going to be disregarding the big swing. Okay? In a bull market, your game is to buy and hold, is to sit tight. Okay? The other quote we looked at from Jesse Moore: men that can both buy right and sit tight are uncommon. So we need to be buying correctly, and we need to be sitting tight. All right? That's only how this thing's going to work out for us. But good trend following there. Never disregard the big swing. Never try to jump in and out of the big swing. Okay? Just jump in that big move at the best point that you can find. Normally that would be either on a breakout or a pullback to a trend level or to a trend line, or it'd be a breakout or a pullback to a trend line, and then it followed by a higher high off that trend line, or followed by some green candles or some movement back to the upside off of that pullback. So kind of like some bouncing off that pullback. So let's not disregard these big swings. I didn't disregard the big swing this November, and I actually came out pretty well this November. I'm pretty proud of myself for the trading I was able to do. Just being able to wake up, you guys, and be able to follow the right trends every day, and not having to overtrade and not trading and sitting tight inside these big moves, man. To try to be that one guy, like Jesse Livermore said, to be that one guy out of these uncommon men that it's hard to find, men that can buy right and sit tight, to be one of those gentlemen that can be able to find the right stocks, the right trends, and to sit tight in those, and to be able to wake up and not have to overtrade and not trade every day, and have big days like I did this week, big days like I had this month. All right. And just from sitting tight in the right places, man, that's so huge, so huge. So thank you, Jesse Livermore. everything you did, your work, and all your knowledge, your psychology, what you did for trend following, still living on, because we're still doing it right here. So thanks for your for everything that you're doing for trend following, everything that you did do for trend following. So let's jump into the trend picture, guys. So this is going to be what we're going to deal with. We'll start this out for December, guys. We'll start this out for December, okay? And while we start this out for December, let me start you guys out with the reason why I'm green most of this November here, okay? So actually, I wrote this thing all the way up in November. This is part of the reason why I'm green most of my November. because I just was able to get a really good open on this. And that's when I opened up November, I said, show me something that's going to get me green through this month. That's going to have me to, because I know the market is in like this really weary state. So show me something I can trend follow in this market that's going to keep me from having to get in and out, and that's going to kind of like keep me green. I know the stock is showing it's going to push in this month, and just let me follow that one or two good stocks. So let me put my weight there and let me just follow those and let me be green in this month based on the activity behind following those correct picks, following the correct momentum. And I was able to do that, and I'm very happy. So, and let me show you how that was able. So here's November 2nd. Remember I told you guys I bought, I took an entry. Here's the 1st of November right here. Here's GRTS on the 1st of November. I took this thing at 1750. And as soon as I took this thing, it showed me it was a winner right away. Because I had missed entries on this thing back here in October, late October, and prices kept rallying. I said, all right, I see prices continuing to rally. I said, I'm not going to miss this next one. So when this thing broke out above 1750, I was able to catch it when it broke out of this area here was my breakout area. That's why I said 1750. As you see, the top of this candle is 1749, 1750. So when it broke out of that, it was my buy. I took it, and that was on the 1st of November, and I just rolled this thing all the way out through November. Took a portion here, kind of got a little whippy. Kind of had to use my brain a little bit, had to do some good trading here, had to put a stop in and lock in the profits when I noticed this thing starting to have some major pullback. I said, all right, I see some major pullback. We may possibly get a serious bottom here. So I stopped this out at 25.50 and then was able, and then when I noticed, after I took a stop out, took my profits at 25.50 from riding it up from 17.50, I was able to see this bottom coming in here. When I noticed this bottom, I said, okay, let's go ahead and add back. So I added back at 21.50 and 22.25. Started adding back in that area. Then I sat tight and I started getting some big moving into 24, and I said, here we go. And that was a good pick, and I was green again. So I was able to ride this thing out through November and just up my share size back when I noticed the momentum coming back. I know stocks that have momentum to the upside kind of just want to push to the upside, add it back in there and kind of green on that and just loving that thing. And that thing's at 28 now, guys. Closed up really, really good on Friday. I was a little overexcited about that, but just happy to be trading in the right places, listening to these good trend followers, man. And Jesus, wow, beautiful week on GRTS, beautiful month on GRTS. And I had a lot of weight there because that thing was showing me that it was kind of in the right space and doing the right thing. So I had more weight than normal there, but you know what? I'm green and I'm enjoying it. And just goes to show you, to block this noise, everybody's, you know, panicking, this, that, and the third. It just goes to show you, man, you don't need to take, you need to be able to take your own signals. You don't need all these different guys to tell you what to do and how to do it in the market. You need to be able to think for yourself, because you'd be missing a lot of these big runs. Okay. All right. So let's start off with, let's get December in the proper perspective. So ATRS, GRTS, here's ATRS. Remember, I bought this thing down here at $2.99. I think it was right in this area, breaking out, and then kind of got some movement on this, kind of up to the upside. So I'm up here big time. I bought this thing at $2.99 and we're continuing to break to the upside. So I like ATRS. Let that thing continue and we'll see what happens there. All right. ATRS kind of at the top part of this thing. It may be building a breakout, trying to break out to the top part of this area. So watch that thing there, looking damn good. ATRS. All right. What is this? I think this is African gold. I don't know why I have this back on my charts. I don't know what that is. AU. I know I already know this stock, but I don't know why it's back on my charts. Maybe I wanted to just show you guys a breakout or something. Really good here on ATRS. Sitting at this African gold, sitting really tight on this top level. I don't know what's going to happen with this thing. It's kind of been trading really good up here, though. Work this way, and whenever stock prices are holding up these levels, you guys got to watch out, because this is like you know, bears and bulls kind of fighting in here, but the bulls getting the better part, able to hold price up here and maybe trying to push price for a breakout over this level here, 10.25 and 10.50. Okay, so African gold looking halfway decent. All right. BCRX. I'm not trading this thing, but I thought you guys might want to look at it. It's at the top of that level there. Just goes to show you guys on a good trend when you see momentum kind of making its way. I'm a trend follower. I just like to follow momentum. I like to follow patterns when they're showing that they clearly going to the upside. I like to just take my longs and see how far to the upside we're actually going to get. And you seen this thing was a clear on a move to the upside. So BCRX trading really well, sitting at the top part of that thing up there, and I like what that's doing. Here in the 5 days, you see it bounced a couple times here at 895. So put yourself stop at 895. How about 890, 885 to get out of that thing and see how that continuation works out on BCRX to get inside that. Remember something, guys. This is like these things are like buses. We're just trying to hitch a ride on the bus, guys. That's all we're trying to do. We're just trying to hitch a ride on these buses. So we're just trying to get inside these trends, and hopefully we can ride with them when they're starting to do their thing. All right, when they're starting to set these higher highs and go on these really beautiful moves to the upside. So I like this bell holding up here, kind of holding this 18, bounced at 18 twice, kind of holding it up there, gapped up here, holding 18 really well. So I like a stop out below 1785 on this thing. Okay, but go ahead and take a long on bell now because it's holding up price very well. That move very well could start to continue. Okay, and if you pan out, we always make sense of these things on the bigger picture scale. Okay, always looking at these things. So it gapped up here and just kind of just rolling, holding itself up. All right, so bell looking good. BIOS, kind of like a smaller stock. I don't really trade these that much. All right, I don't really trade these that much. So I'm really green in this trend following right now. I'm really green, guys. BIOS at the top part of that thing broke out of this little level. Kind of just looks like the other stock we just looked at, kind of giving you a clear-cut picture that it's headed to the upside with these green candles to the up, kind of lower low here, higher highs, and then a lower low here. And then, kind of you see price, you get the idea when prices are trying to give you a picture of what they're trying to do, okay? Just follow price. And to the upside we go on BIOS. Wonder how long that thing's gonna hold up. And let me tighten it up really fast, give you guys a kind of picture of what it's doing. So look at that, really wonderful. From $3.15, $3 this week up to $3.94. That's beautiful movement on a stock like this. So take a long on this thing now. Stop yourself out down here below 365. Kind of, it should be holding up this level here. It should be holding up that level there. But in this market, it could revert back to this level and to this level. So let's stop ourselves out below 355. Okay. BIOS looking good, showing you something on that weekly, getting something going there. All right, but we always look at these trends for the big picture. Okay, that's how we're able to kind of get inside these big moves, because we're able to look at these patterns. All right, these patterns are everything, guys. These easy to tell patterns. And for me, the easy pattern I'm looking for is kind of just, it's not like a weird head and shoulders and all this reverging and all. It's just a simple higher highs and lows. This is it right here, number one pattern. Number one pattern, and the trend following, the way that I trade, this is the number one pattern. All you're looking for is you're looking for a stock. You look at a stock for 3-4 days, for a week or so, 3 or 4 days, and you keep seeing it close higher and higher, and you start seeing this pattern develop here. When you start seeing this arm, this 2 o'clock trajectory start to develop, you just get long on that trajectory, and then you don't know how long it's going to go. And if you would have got long on the trajectory here, just based off these higher highs and lows, which is the pattern we're using to get in and out of these things, we said you're looking for this 2 o'clock, just kind of holding up this strength here. You get long, you'd already tripled your entry there, okay? So CDNA looking good as it ever have. Getting ready to break out in the 30. You guys watch that. You can set you a buy stop order, buy stop limit order at 30. Let's say 30, 25, 30, 50, and then stop yourself out below 29, 25 where we're at now, okay? Stop yourself out below, below this area here where we're kind of like where we're sitting at now. So you can buy the breakout, and then if it's a false breakout, just stop yourself out back where we're at here at 29, okay? CDNA looking really good. That was a killer stock that we've been following ever since early 2018. Killer stock we've been following ever since early 2018. I just wanted to show you guys another one of these key signals we take on these patterns. Don't never disregard this pattern wherever you see it at. Kind of looking like the last stock we just looked at, kind of just holding up this trajectory here. All right, you just take long on this trajectory, guys. Get long on this trajectory and just ride it out, okay? Here's another stock that you're already almost tripled your entry. If you entered at 8, and you went to 16, and you went to 24, all right? All right, CDXS, looking really good. Just damn good stock right now. I just want to show you guys the trajectory, the type of trends that we're trying to buy here. This is what we're trying to do. We're trying to buy 1 million of these, guys. Hopefully every portfolio, every stock in our portfolio we buy, and it does this. And we don't have to do a damn thing. Just let it work itself and just trade itself. All right. Beautiful stuff on CDXS. One of the better stocks this year. And we've tracked it all the way down. So look at, and it's still holding that. You know what? Let me tell you guys something. Let me make a valid point for you guys to learn something. When you see this pattern, this long trajectory, just really strong, holding up. All right. And then you pull into a 5-day. And that 5-day looks exactly like that yearly. Don't count that out. Take that signal, and that's about as good as you're gonna get. CDXS looking beastie. Really good stock there. Ah, that looks good. Jesus, that looks good. SIG, man, that looked wonderful. SIG. All right. One of the better stocks, guys. I ain't giving you guys no crap. I'm giving you something you can follow for a whole year. All right, possibly. Look at this. Another one of these stocks gapping up, holding that trajectory. We just looked at CDXS, held this trajectory for a whole year. All right, don't deny this signal here. I'd wait for it to come to the bottom of this level here, and then I'd force prices, either force me in or force me out when we get these buys down at these trend lines. Here's like a trend line here. I don't want to mess up this chart. You could basically draw a trend line. This is the bottom of this trend here. I'm going to buy it down here so wait for it to come back down, see what happens. It may just break out of 330 and go more parabolic, but that thing looking damn good, okay? SIG, keep your eyes on SIG. Wait for a good entry on that. DM, let me show you guys something. Dominion Energy. Just good trend following here, guys. No. See, same signal we take. All it is higher highs. The same pattern we take. Higher highs and lows. No confusion here. Just when you notice this pattern with this trajectory, all you do is buy it. That's it. And you just, every day the market opens up, you just sit tight and just let this pattern keep developing, and you just keep, as long as this pattern is keep developing itself, higher highs and lows, just keeping the trajectory, you just sit inside of it. And sometimes a stock can take back this whole chart just doing this here. Might get a little parabolic, but this will be the front runner, the starter, the fire starter. This is going to be the start of the parabolicness. When you know that this pattern right here is before prices go way up. All right, you need to get long. Okay, so DM showing my favorite pattern there. Take a long on that, you guys. Stop yourself out below 18. You see the trend line there. All right. I love that. I love what that's doing. Can't deny it because it's been going on since June. This thing bottomed that June. For everyone that likes to hate on trend followers and trend line buying, this thing did this since June, bottomed, and it's been in a clear trend at 2 o'clock since June. So there's no hippity boo bah there. There's no strange music. Just buy that thing and kind of enjoy that ride. Okay. DWT looking good as well. Velocity. I showed you guys this thing last week about it curling, and it's still continuing to curl, okay? Kind of had a higher high up here. And after I had already showed you guys this thing, and we had a higher high. So beautiful stuff on DWT. Kind of get long on that one. I'd like to enjoy that one. Of course, if this thing is going to be at a slant, all right? See these higher highs here? See these higher highs? Higher highs here, higher highs kind of really predictable on this chart, all right? So I'd like to take a long. You could take yourself along now, but expect this thing to be the support level, moving support kind of trend line area here. And it should be up in this 1340 area, 1320, okay? DW2, you don't have to take along on it now, but understand what that pattern's doing, all right? INVA, and I'm long SUPV, I'm long ATRS, I'm long GRTS, and I'm enjoying it and just loving it. All right, INVA looking like one of the better stocks. Look at that. Look at that. Since August, guys. Since August, look at the trajectory on that thing. Headed straight to the top. Look at the trajectory. The 2 o'clock. We're seeing this across the board right now. Across the board, we're seeing this 2 o'clock trajectory holding straight up. Right here. See it? We're seeing it. How many stocks did we look at that already have that same trajectory that's holding up? Let's just not argue it. Let's just trade it, guys. All right, trade that. Trade it. I like this thing with a long, maybe to come back down, but it's banging up against this area, maybe banging for a breakout. You can buy the breakout there on that move. I hate for it to revert back to 1780 on you though, but you could buy the breakout. That thing's ready to break out. Bang in here, pull back, bang here, pull back, bang again. Maybe getting ready to just come up out of that area. INVA. NVAX. I may take a long on this, depicting on the movement I get. Sometimes I'll look at a stock and I'll say, okay, if this thing can hold up this movement for another 3, 4, 5 days, a week, then I'll take my long, because obviously if this pattern's going to break down, it's going to break down. And if it's not, then it's not. All right, it's that simple. So once a pattern shows me it's going to hold up over a week's time and I'm already looking at it, then that's my signal. Obviously, we're holding up. Let's do business. Anyways, NVAX kind of breaking out. I just wanted to show this thing breaking out of this area here, looking really good. All right. See what happens with this thing. See if it can get going out of this area, out of this little bang, kind of banged here, came up, and now it's kind of trying to come up here and have this little area here it needs to get over before it can start eating up some more of that chart. So NVAX looking halfway decent in my opinion. All right. SFIX. May take a long on SFIX. Let's see what we're looking at here. Clear uptrend. This thing definitely wants to trade to the upside. All right. Starting to curl. See, price is starting to curl. Little cup here. Little curling here. All right. We're good at recognizing patterns, guys. Really good at recognizing patterns. See it starting to curl here. See my hand? See this little cup in this little area? All right. Price is starting to curl here. Definitely showing that it may want to wind. Definitely showing this momentum here may be ready to pick itself and push back up. Remember I told you guys, sometimes momentum just has the urgency, and this is like a tidal wave. Like, how long could you hold this tidal wave down? All this energy, all this momentum to the upside here. Maybe it pulled down, but it still has momentum. It wants to push back and get back trading back up here to the upside. See these candles pushing to the up? Momentum starting to push back in this thing. Just get long on that tidal wave, guys. Huge upside if that thing freaking starts moving up, all right? So watch the breakout over 28 and for this thing to start moving up, start to curl. If this thing, if you could just imagine more candles coming in here, breaking out over 28, more candles breaking out over 29, more candles breaking out over 30, more candles just eating up this chart, okay? SFIX looking really good. JBLU, I'm told you guys, like I said once before, I'm incredibly green right now. Incredibly green. Just following the right stocks, following the right trends. I like this thing reversing price to the upside, kind of showing you some momentum. Tried to curl here and bang, tried to curl here and bang, got pushed down, and then it's curling back up in this area. So obviously something about this area that this stock is trying to get through, okay? So let's see if this stock can break through this area it's trying to get through here for some reason. All right, JetBlue Corporation has a lot of chart to eat up if this thing can get moving, guys. A lot of chart to eat up over there, all right? A lot of chart. All the momentum to the upside here. Let's see if this thing's can, look, trouble at this area here. But definitely should be trading above this, all right? So JetBlue looking decent. All right. Oh, remember I told you guys the Dr. Pepper thing? I wanted to prove another point to you guys really quick. Remember I told you guys about the Dr. Pepper thing? First off, wait 1 second. What did I say about this trajectory? See it here? Just get long on it. When you notice it, this trajectory here over, not a weekly, not in a week's time, I'm talking about over a monthly, yearly. When you know this thing over a long-term time frame, all the good stocks you're going to look at on the market are going to look just like this. Amazon, you know, ... whatever. They're all going to look like that, okay? But what did I tell you guys about this stock when we looked at it last week? I said it bounced in this area, and I like to take a long on it and stop it out below 25.50, okay? Because it held this area. Now look what it did. When we looked at it again at $25, $26, I said stop yourself out again below this trend. But I said, what did I tell you guys about this? Go back and check the next show, guys. What I say about this Dr. Pepper, because it was on the last show. And what I tell you guys about buying it, I said buy it now because it's starting to bounce off this back area. And I said this uptrend may be ready to continue. Now it's back here at 25, 26. Okay, and we have already got continuation there. So that was correct there, ADP. As we're correct a lot of times. I mean, how it's not that we're correct a lot of times. How wrong could you be, really, guys, if you're following this kind of momentum to the upside? Like if a stock's clearly showing you it's headed somewhere, like 9 times out of 10, if a stock is setting up and it's been running for several months, showing you that it has a clear-cut pattern or trajectory that it's going somewhere, 9 times out of 10 it's going to follow that trajectory. 9 times out of 10 it's going to actually follow where it's showing. Price action is basically showing you where it's going. It's going to follow it. That simple. I like this MFG because it's breaking MFGP because it's breaking out of this area. It has a whole bunch of chart up here to cover. Whole bunch of chart. I look at stocks as in what upside can we cover? Where are we at on the chart? What's the upside potential? What's the downside potential? And where's my risk at inside of there? Okay, and what can I possibly get? If I take along, what can we cover on this chart? Okay, so GRTS has a lot to cover. I mean, MFGP has a lot to cover. Sorry, just thinking about GRTS. Sometimes I just find a really good stock and I can kind of see the movement. I just lay my head on its shoulder. And remember what Bruce Kovner said, hey, if I can enjoy days with stocks working in my favor, then stocks are just going to work in my favor and I'm going to sit down. I'm going to sit tight. Jesse Livermore, hey, men that can pick right and sit tight are uncommon these days, are uncommon, period. So when you're picking right, you need to sit tight, okay? And it's not hard to pick right when a stock's clearly showing you what it's doing and where it's going. So I like this thing to break out. New NWL, a lot of upside on this thing, kind of showing us we could possibly have found a bottom here. How many stocks have we looked at when they find a clear bottom and they just, boom, start setting these higher highs and lows? We take them and we don't question them. First off, we broke out here. First off, we broke out of the bottom we had. This was the clear bottom. We reversed out of it into 16. Then we reversed out of it over 18. Then we reversed over 20. Then we reversed over this huge support level, a resistance level, huge level. You guys don't understand how hard it is for a stock to get over a level like this. If a stock can get over a level like this, you need to pay a lot of attention to it. There's a lot of momentum you should be watching there. And what I tell you guys about big candles in breakout areas. Major resistance level here, huge candle to give a notification. You know what? It's on and cracking. We're breaking out and we're up to the upside. I really like NWL for the upside it has and for what that stock's doing. It's kind of showing the resilience towards, it's showing you like a resilience towards resistance levels right now. Resistance level here, resilience level here, maybe some resilience on this one, maybe resilience on this one. All right, NWL, I like it for long. NWL, I like it for long. I got a really lot of stocks on here. I'm going to have to cut some of these out. NFEC, I got a lot of stocks on here. So much stuff to show you guys. That's why I hate when people, you know, so worried about this, that, and the third. You know what? Hey, I got to take my signal. Take your signal no matter what market your condition you're in. That's my other advice to you guys. Whatever market condition you're in, take your signals. You might have to undertrade, but you still have to take those signals, guys. Still have to get used to taking those signals. Still have to get used to trading that pattern. Trade that pattern. No matter what market condition you're in, you need to trade that pattern, guys. Trade that pattern. All right. Oh, man. NFECG, just a beast. I mean, what else can I tell you? What I say about finding a stock that's showing you it wants to go somewhere. Take this long. Look at this trajectory. Clear-cut trajectory. Showing you. If you would have bought that at $2, showing you breakout trajectory, showing you at 5, pulling back. Where are we at? 11 now. Don't argue price. All right. NFEC for long. All right. PRPQ. This thing just really confused me when I saw it. PRQR. You know, I'm a really good trend follower. I like to look at myself as one. I wouldn't be wasting my time here if I didn't want to be one of the best trend followers. But when I notice a stock doing this, all right, and I missed it, and I go back and I look at it here. A stock made this whole move right earlier this year, and I don't look at it until it's back here. That really ticks me off. That really ticks me off because I should be noticing stocks making these moves like this, breaking out of these areas. All right, I should be noticing stocks kind of lifting up out of these areas, and I should be taking longs on them, okay? So this is what we're looking for, this takeoff. This was the home run on TNDM. A lot of home runs we took with just this lift off, this higher high trajectory. That's the pattern. That's our number one pattern. Let's trade it, all right? PRQR, we missed a big move on that. I just wanted to show you guys, big move missed on that trajectory taking off back in May and April, okay? UPL I'm long on, kind of showing you that same trajectory. Let's take a look at it, guys. Showing you this same trajectory. All right, look at the trajectory here. Look at it here. Can you see it? This should be the bottom of this right here. I don't imagine this thing going too much lower than where it's at now because price action is already changing to the upside here. See? Price action, little pullback. A huge pullback from $2 into $127. That was huge. But nevertheless, don't forget the momentum. Don't forget the overall trend. And the overall trend inside this time frame right now is a reversal. Okay? Okay? The overall price action here is a reversal in price. Here's the clear bottom. Upside, pullback, upside, pullback, upside, pullback, upside, and then we're inside the pullback. Upside, pullback, upside, pullback, upside, pullback, okay? Upside, and we're inside the pullback. Once this thing finds a bottom, maybe around 120, maybe this pattern continues, and it continues the upside. And when you pull back and you look at it, if it decides to keep this pattern of uptrending and pulling back, uptrending and pulling back, uptrending and pulling back, uptrending here and pulling back, if it continues this pattern, look how much we can chew up here. We can possibly chew up 7, 6, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. That's a huge home run from a $1, $2 stock. And how many $2 stocks have we do that? All right? I'm going to get ready to wrap it up. SSP, and then we'll get ready to close it down. The Scripps company looking really good. It's kind of banging at the top of this frame here. But I tell you guys about this trajectory. Don't argue the pattern. When you see the pattern, look. Upside, pullback, upside. Most of these good stocks or these goods are going to have the same look, the same trajectory, the same thing going on here, okay? So, man, I'd hate for you guys to miss these huge moves. I really would. So I'm long. I'm stopped. I got stopped. Sorry, guys. I got stopped out of go-go. Let me show you something else really quick. All you guys that were kind of dysfunctional on Derm, let me give you a clear picture on Derm really quick, guys. Derm, still in an uptrend. Still in an uptrend. Had a clear bottom here at 983, and look what it's done. Took in $2 back from 983. This is still a home run stock. DRM, still showing home run potential. Still inside of an uptrend. Still in an uptrend, guys. Still in an uptrend. It needs to pull back and go up to the upside. Pull back. Look at this whole pattern. Pull back, upside, pull back, upside, pull back, upside. A little rounding here, and then we get back into it. Breakout, boom. Pull back, upside. Okay, you get the point. You get the point. And then if we dare, let me wait a second. So we're on a yearly time frame approaching that 200 and that 20 getting ready to cross, guys. You guys know that's love making music for a stock. You guys know that's love making music for a stock. Derm still looking good, guys. Derm, man, if that thing even attempts to open that chart up, buddy, that's going to be some yumminess there. Okay? So that's going to do it for me. I just have one last stock, CSBR. Another long. I'm kind of long on this. Wanted to take a long on this. Didn't take a long on this. But just a beautiful uptrend. And I was watching this thing way back here, way at $6. When it first was making this move here to the upside, I said, okay, liked it here. And then look what it's done. And then bottomed here. You can see, look, bottom twice, and then took off back to the upside. All right. So I like that thing for long. You can stop yourself out below 12. Kind of in the middle of a range right now, though. You're in the middle of that uptrend. So happy trend following, guys. Protect your ass and stay inside the big look. Look. Remember what we said, guys. Don't disregard the big move by any means. By any means, don't disregard the big move, okay? So let's close up December. Let's find something good. Let's find a good entry to a good uptrend. Maybe take a few and let's sit tight inside of December. Let's sit tight through December and let December be a wonderful month like November was a wonderful month. Okay? Happy trend following, guys. Thank you for enjoying my show.